What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And tonight we're going to be talking about this story with this comedian by the name of Comedy Hype. So I find out somebody new every day. I've never heard of him, but apparently he is a very, very popular comedian. And it appears that he has been accused by one of his exes of doing some, abusive behavior towards her, and he has also responded to the situation. So she made an allegation saying that he abused her, and then he came forward and with like his PowerPoint presentation and all kind of stuff like that to respond to the situation. I don't know if he really helped himself, but we're going to go over it all in this video. I have not seen the full video of either of the claims, so we're going to watch it live here and go down the line of what she said, what he said, and then after she said what she said, then she said that he released the tape on her. It just has been a whole lot of going on. So we're going to go over it in this video. Okay. But before I share my screen and bring you guys up to speed on the back and forth that has been going on between Majah Hype and his ex, I want to know where all my night owls are tuning in from. Where are you watching me from? I want to know who we got in the building. Also, I want to let you know that right now is the time to hit the like button. Okay? Hit the like button. And subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed already. Okay? So we got Vegas, Florida. Let's see who all we got up in the building. Georgia, Queens, Kansas, Compton, Oakland, New York, West Palm Beach, Florida, LA, Tennessee, Chicago, DC, Milwaukee, Texas. What's up, Tramika? Memphis, Brooklyn. Okay, we got... I'm about to try to say y'all names. We got Wanda, Haja, The Real DJ Smooth, Juicy Dream, Dwayne Johnson, VP Juicy, Grannis Manis, Leilani, Vokin, Chantelli, Dominique, Samantha. Okay, we got Kimberly in the building. Kimberly Riley, the Alcabulon Trust, Trinity Baby, Shay Lopez, Regina, Coco, Happy Robertson, KC816, Lynette Glover, April Strickland, Miss Triz, Callie Cush from Compton, Hairflow Dynamics, okay. Yomi, okay. Let's see, who else? Nita, I already shouted out Tramika, Lenny. We got a whole bunch of everybody in the building, and I shout out to everybody where they from: Minneapolis, Buffalo, New York. Child, I don't know how I exited. Okay, so now let's get into this story. So this story has been going on for the last couple days, and his girl had came forward and said that, she had brought forth these allegations. And once she brought forth these allegations, then he came forward and to defend himself. So let me bring up what she first originally said, and then I'm going to show you what he said, and we're going to go from there. So let me pull it up. Let me share my screen. Okay, she's a very beautiful girl. Very, very, very pretty, beautiful girl. Let's see, Miss Trini F. Baby. And let's see what she has to say. I hear that battery chirping.
Hello. So I am going to start this live off with an apology to my family. I want to apologize to my mother, to my son, to my sister, to my niece, to my friends. I detached myself from the people that love me the most for a long time. I owe you guys the biggest apology. What I've been going through, the average person doesn't go through that in a whole lifetime. And I've been keeping it a secret for a long, long time. Hiding abuse is a full-time job. You have to detach yourself from your loved ones so they don't know. And I did that for a long time. I protected someone that abused me for a long time. Tonight is about my healing. Tonight is about me taking my power back and no longer protecting the person that has been abusing me. I'm ashamed because I let it go on way longer than it should have. I'm ashamed of myself because I went back so many times. All the reasons that I went back, it wasn't good enough. They weren't good reasons. I went back because me going back meant that I loved you, or I was proving that I loved you by coming back, or that I loved the kids, or just trying to prove people wrong that I'm not a gold digger, that I really am here for you. But all of that stops now. The lies, the protecting people, it stops now. Tonight is about my healing and me getting to a better place. And it starts with me being honest with myself and the people around me. I have been through a whole lot of things, and it's a really, really tough thing to keep that a secret. So I wanted to start out by apologizing to my family for, disconnecting myself and pretending that I was okay and going ghost and not answering FaceTimes. The manipulation and everything, it stops now. I'm putting an end to it. The bashing, the slandering of my name, people inboxing me and telling me that I really didn't love the person and I was there for this and that reason. Every time that I left, it was for a damn good reason. And if me leaving because I'm being abused means that I don't love you, then so be it. I am going to love myself more than that person. Imagine having to hide your bruises and you're being battered from your family. Imagine after being abused and assaulted, you have to console the person that hurt you because now they're distraught. They want to harm themselves. So now you don't even have the chance to heal. You don't even have the chance to be upset. You have to now console that person. Imagine being bruised and battered. After that, imagine going through all of those things and you still have to have sex. You're still expected to be delightful, like there's nothing wrong with you when your face is unrecognizable. Imagine letting people know in your circle what's going on with you. And their first question is, well, what did you do? As if there was anything that I could have done to deserve that. That's disgusting to me. That's disgusting. Because it didn't happen to me once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. It happened too many times. Too many times. So when you guys, the viewers and the fans, think that you know me or what I've been through, have some respect for yourself. Have some respect as a woman, as a mother, a father. I'm somebody's mother, and I didn't deserve any of that. So how dare you ask me what I did? There's a lot of people contacting me about a lot of crazy things. I've never, ever cheated in my relationship. Not one time. Not one time. So when you get caught doing what you're doing, your first defense is to turn it around on me. You have a huge platform and you think that you can just destroy me. But I'm taking my power back tonight. It stops tonight. The slandering of my name, the abuse, the control, the manipulation, the sexual abuse, I'm putting a stop to it tonight. So you can continue to pretend to be who you are, but I know the truth. And I'm not keeping any secrets anymore. I'm not protecting anymore. Now it's time for me to protect myself and make back up with my family and my friends that I've cut all ties with to hide this secret. So moving forward, I definitely don't want to speak about it again. I definitely don't want to keep reliving what I've been going through the past couple of years. I just ask that you guys respect what I've been through, and I'm not going into hiding like I did the last time. The last time that I left, there was a huge bashing on social media about me. We're not doing that anymore because I know the truth and I know why I left every time that I did. So moving forward, I pray that you guys respect my process and my healing journey, because I've been through a whole lot. And there's a whole lot of things being said that's not true. And this is the truth. This is what I've been going through. So this was definitely heavy for me to come on here and say on my Women Wednesday. I'm not going to continue, with our regular chat. We'll probably pick it up next Wednesday. I just really wanted to clear my heart and get that weight lifted off of me, because people think that they can do whatever to you because they're powerful and they are popular. And I'm just a regular Brooklyn girl, and I'm not taking that anymore. So the abuse stops tonight, and I'm taking my power back tonight, and I'm on a journey of healing, and I feel good, and I feel stronger than I did in years. So with that being said, blessings to everyone. Don't believe everything you hear, because it's not true. People will definitely try to spin things and manipulate you. And that's what has been done to me. And I was a pretty strong-minded person before all of this started. And I didn't think that it could happen to me, but it can happen. So I just ask that if you choose to stay on my page, follow me, that you respect what I'm going through or what I've been through. I've always been really private. I opened up my page to let people in. That was hard. This was hard for me to come out and say that I've been in an abusive relationship for years, that I pretend to be happy. I put on a smile, that I faked it. I treated my family bad in order to hide it. I'm ashamed of that. So I got healing to do, and I'm excited about that. And I'm not going to be ashamed about what I've been through. I'm not going to be ashamed. So blessings, guys. I appreciate you. Love and light. I'm on a healing journey, and I hope you're excited to watch, because it's Leticia now, guys. Thank you, guys. Love you. Pray for me.
Okay. So that is the first initial video that she came to social media with, saying that, she was in an abusive relationship for a while. She was saying that, she wanted to take her power back. she was saying that, you know, she just wanted to not let him hold her back, I guess, mentally. Then after that, she released a video where she said that he released a sex tape on her. So she came forward with another video and saying that, oh, you know, since I spoke out, now this sex tape was released, blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff like that. I'm going to go to one of the people that's backstage to see their thoughts so far, and then I'm going to pull up that video, and then I'm going to show you what he said in response. Kennedy? Okay, Kennedy clicked off. I don't know what happened. Okay, so then I'm going to just go to what she said as far as saying that there was a sex tape released after this.
So I didn't want to speak about it again, but I knew that it was going to go here. And like I said last night, I'm not letting anyone put me into hiding or shame me under a rock. Now, instead of being a man, Majah Hype, and apologizing publicly to your fans, to me, after everything that I said, instead, you release a sex tape of me and are sending it all over the place, all over the world, a sex tape of me from 10 years ago. What do you think that that is going to prove? What do you think that that is going to prove? You think that that is going to make you look like a better person? Releasing a sex tape of me from years ago, you think that that's going to make you look like a good person? You think that is the answer? So people are sending me this tape left and right from years ago. And the tape, my hair is short, my hair is all black. At the end of my hair is red. You could, you know what? I don't even have to go into that. I don't even have to go into that. I didn't go into detail about what the fuck you did to me, but I'm not going to shut up. You're not going to shut me up and put me under a rock. You're not going to shame me. You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed for faking a heart attack, looking for sympathy. You should be ashamed. You broke my phone because you saw that I had all the pictures of my bruises and my face. You broke my phone, and now you're going through my phone and digging up old stuff from my old phone and releasing it to people. When does it stop? When do you take accountability and stop looking for sympathy? You're a sick, sick man, and I'm not keeping your secrets anymore. Every time you try to hurt me, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell the truth. You didn't have no heart attack. You did not have a heart attack. Okay? Stop looking for sympathy and own your shit. Own what you did to me. I didn't post a picture of my black eyes and my bruises. You put me in the hospital. I didn't come out and say that. I made a general statement, and this is what I get. You releasing a sex tape of me. You're releasing a sex tape of me. Coming up to the end of it, you tried to kill me. You pulled out a gun on me. You pull out a gun on me and then turn around looking for sympathy and cut your arm in front of my face. Start slicing open your arm in front of my face. It's a sick game that you're playing, but I'm not playing a game. This is my life, and you're trying to ruin me. And I know the truth about you. I know who you really are. I know who you really are. I have a son, and you're going to put out a sex tape on me? You want people to think that I was cheating? Is that it? Even if I was, it's no excuse for what you did to me. It's no excuse for what you're doing, what you're still trying to do. And I'm not going to be quiet. You're not going to shame me. Send the sex tape wherever you want. Send it wherever you want. You still have to get up and look in the mirror. You still have to get up and look in the mirror. Nigel, you still have to fight your demons. So you could try to break me down all you want. God knows. God knows what I've been through. I'm too strong. I'm too strong for that. I took your crap for too long. And you still trying to give me the business? Sending a sex tape? Listen. I don't even want to come on here with that energy. I'm so furious. I'm so tired of you thinking that you have that power and control over me. I'm not going to be quiet. I'm not going to be quiet. Leave me alone. You have my phone. You clone my phone. You download it to your computer, all my personal stuff. I was expecting this for you to leak my nudes, for you to leak whatever it is that I had on my phone. And I'm still here, and I'm still saying I never cheated on you. Everything that you're putting out there is from years ago. Stop lying to people. Stop lying to people. Put your discharge paper out from the hospital. Put that out. Put that out. Let them see what they released you with your diagnosis with, chest pains, unspecified type. You didn't have a heart attack. Say you have a heart attack in the same night you get out. You want to fight me? You want to pull out a gun on me? Break my phone? Crash into my car? Listen. We're not gonna do this no more. We're not gonna do this no more. What you should have done was come on here and apologize and make a public apology and acknowledge and own up to the person that you've been and seek help. But you continue your narcissist behavior with releasing that tape of me. You're disgusting. You're a disgusting man. And everyone around you that's hyping you up, making you feel like what you're doing is right, that's not making you look better. You look like a piece of crap that you are. You look like a piece of crap. You're a sad man. You're a sad person. And you're not going to fucking take me down with you. You're not. Send your sex tape. Do whatever you need to do. You're ridiculous. You're ridiculous. All the shit that you done to me, I kept it a secret. Everything that I've been through with you, I've been keeping a secret.
Something about her. I'm going to just pause her for a second. I don't know why she reminds me so much of Corinne Steffens. Like, I don't know. I think like either the way she talks or maybe she resembles Corinne Steffens, aka Superhead. I don't know. But something about like the way she's talking or the way that she's shaping her mouth. Am I the only one like that she reminds you of Corinne Steffens, Superhead? No? I'm the only one? Okay.
After I'm gone, you still trying to hurt me. You still trying, like, I don't understand who does that. Who says they love somebody, wanted to marry them, asked them to marry them, and could do that to them, could beat them, could hit them, could black both of their eyes like that. And then you mad because I leave. You mad. Every time I leave, you mad. You want to talk about me. I'm this and I'm that. Tell them what you did. Tell them what you did. Tell them when I left you, you did voodoo on me. Tell them that. I have the paper. You're sick. And you're talking about spiritual warfare. You the fucking demon. You're the demon.
He did voodoo. Now, child, I'm telling y'all, this is my first time seeing this video. Voodoo? See, I don't play around with no type of voodoo. I don't play around with no type of witchcraft. How did he perform the voodoo? Wow. Whew, I had to take it was getting heavy. Hold up. I gotta take a night out break because that got really, really heavy really fast. That got really, really heavy really fast. So what are y'all thinking so far as what she's saying? What are y'all thinking so far as what she's saying? Those of you guys who tuned in just now, she's talking about the comedian Majah Hype. I wasn't familiar with Majah Hype before this, but apparently he is a very popular comedian, and they had a dealings with each other. And she is now coming forward to say that, you know, he abused her, released a tape on her after she came out saying that the allegations were the allegations. And now she's saying that he put the voodoo on her. This is my first time hearing this part of it. But I want to drop the StreamYard link in the chat. I want a couple of you guys to come on real quick. Until we move on. And then after this, we're going to go to his live. Now on his live, he came and he showed receipts and he had all kind of stuff to, you know, kind of, you know, show his side of the story. So, I want to know what y'all think. Yeah, I never heard of him either. So this is my first time hearing about him too. But Let's carry on in the meantime while I'm waiting for y'all to trickle on in.
You're the demon. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. I'm not going out like that. I'm not letting him do that to me. Sex tapes and you posting fucking prayers and all of this stuff, and it's you the devil? You the devil? Go ahead and keep looking for sympathy. You're sick. You're sick. Who does that to someone that they said they love? You could have never loved me. You could have never. Yeah, let everyone log on and talking about that video that you post, that you're fucking sending around of me, your old ass video. You're disgusting. I knew that was gonna happen. You have my phone, you cloned my phone, you looking through my stuff, old stuff you digging up. You're the one that was, how do you get caught cheating? How do you get caught cheating? Your first response is to snatch my phone. You want to go through my phone. You are sick. You're sick. You're a sick person. I never call the cops on you. I never call the cops on you. I never did nothing like that. You still trying to protect you and your image and your career, that you, this facade you put on to be this positive person. People don't know. People don't know who you are, but I know who you are. So keep trying to, what you want people to think, I'm a slut, whatever you want people to think. All of this stuff, it don't make you look like a good man, sir. It don't make you look like a good man.
All right, D.
Hi, Nick.
And what are your thoughts so far?
Girl, I'm emotionally exhausted. I have been going back and forth with like two separate groups of friends about this issue all day because I'm kind of like you in the way that like you don't just take one thing and just run with it. You kind of want to get the full picture. You see how like you get her side and you want to hear his side and then you draw your conclusions. I'm the same way. But it's like my issue is like if a woman comes out and say this and this happened, it's like if you question something or you have valid questions, they wanna beat you down and say, I was called, what was I called today? I'm a abuser defender. I never defended this man at all. All I said was they're both toxic based on what's coming, what I'm seeing. They both need help. They're toxic. We don't. I'm not there. None of us were there. We don't know what happened in their household. And usually the thing with these situations, the first person that comes out is the one that usually gets all of the sympathy and the empathy, which you can see if you go to her page. And the thing with the tape too, what I was cursed out for even pointing out something. I saw the tape for myself. A lot of people saw the tape, and she said the sex tape was 10 years old. The simple fact that some people are pointing out, like myself, I saw it. The phone in the video was an iPhone 8 or 6 at least. There's no way that video was 10 years old. She also said her hair was red. It was not. She said her hair was short, and it was not. So I was asking, were there two tapes? Like, what's going on? And me even just asking that is a problem. Oh, you hate, you're victim blaming. You're this. No, I'm asking questions based on what she said. She said it's 10 years old. There is no way on this earth anyone can tell me that those phones were not around 10 years ago. Absolutely not. You can clearly see it.
Right. And I mean, and that's the problem with today's society. They think that if you ask certain questions, it's now labeled as victim blaming, but you have a right to ask questions for things that don't make sense to you. But we live in a world where somebody in the chat there, Kirby is my sister, literally. Well, click on in, Fooly Cooly. But we live in a world, where everything has gotten so hypersensitive that you can't ask questions about certain things.
Exactly. I'm not saying he didn't do anything. I'm sure they both have done some messed up stuff. I'm sure. But the way, when she put it out, it's like, okay, he did this, he did that. now he's coming out and said a lot of things happened. We
Did
don't know what to
you
believe.
show photos of the bruises? Because I can't find them. I was looking
I
online.
have a picture of it, but then she's saying it's from this situation. It could very well have been from this situation, but if you go and watch his live, he's saying that when he met her, she said she was in another previous abusive relationship from before. So how do we know definitive 100% that this picture is not from a previous situation? And it is documented that not, and again, I'm not saying she did it, but we jump to because that's what she said, but it's documented that a lot of women have faked bruises. They've harmed themselves. They've done so many things just because they want to get back at the person. I'm not saying that's what happened, but I'm just, you just want to ask questions. And then my other thing that I had said too, she's a police officer, right? So why, my thing is, in social, you want to heal and everything, and I do respect that, and I feel I've been through a lot of the stuff which she was saying to, the manipulation and all that stuff. So I do get it, and I do get, finding your voice and your power. But if it's a situation like this where you have documents, you have proof, pictures, everything, you're a police officer, you're stronger now, so why not set an example? You cannot protect black women as a hashtag, and your police officer make that example,
Right.
take him off of the street. Why not?
She's not a
You
police
know,
officer anymore. She
Wait,
left her.
wait. We have Fully Cooley. Okay, so Fully Cooley, you said that this is your actual sister?
The Curb and Charles. We got the same mom, different dads. She's literally in the house right
okay.
now. We're in Florida. We're in West Palm Beach.
She's there right now?
Yeah, she don't even know what I'm doing. It's like I don't like to get into her business. I don't really like to get into her business like that. But all this like slandering, oh, y'all don't believe her and all that shit. Every time she has a dispute with this nigga, she comes from Atlanta and comes back down to Florida where my mom stays when they have an argument and shit. This nigga is a psychopath. He has fucking issues. Real fucking issues, bro. Like, and when I first saw that they got together from the jump, that shit not gonna work at all. Like, this shit is just it's all fucking weird to me because we're from Brooklyn. Like, we're he came from like humble beginnings, and so did he did. But with his money and fame, it just amplified all the worst parts of that nigga. That nigga's fucking weird as fuck to me, honestly. And I'm just, I don't know. It's just, I've never been in a situation where I knew somebody that's going through something like this. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. It's fuck. But I'm just really not here for anybody slandering my sister, talking about she lying. Like, she got nothing to lie for. My sister's strong as fuck, and she's not a cop. She quit her job for this guy, and she moved to Atlanta with him, with her son, and she did a lot. She gave a lot for this dude, and all he did was just manipulate, cheat, and this. It's just weird as fuck, bro. And I'm not.
Well, I believe that. I have no doubt that he cheated on her.
As far as I don't know about people, whatever the fuck y'all talking about. I don't know about none of that shit, but I know he put his fucking hands on multiple times.
But you remember how she said that he were you in contact with her when she said that he separated her from the family? She said how long was that for?
I don't know in detail about that relationship.
Do you know what happened during that time?
I'm 28. My sister's like I think she's 31. My sister's 31. I don't get into each other. We don't get into each other's relationship business like that. Like when I see her, we chill, I smoke one.
So how can you definitively say all of this was just on one
she came
one
here,
side?
every time she came to Florida, every time she came back down here to my mom's house, she literally showed videos. She had videos of them like him kicking her out. Like she came with bruises and shit. Like I just don't like to get into my sister's business because she's a grown ass woman, and due to our relationship, like we always like I love her to death, but we just have those like relationships where it's like I love you, hate you type of thing. So we kind of keep our distance as far as like getting into each other's business. You know what I'm saying? But it's all like we do love each other. Like that's my sister, and we care for each other. But as far as relationship, that's a business.
Brother sister relationship where it's like I can talk crap about my sister, but can't nobody else
Exactly. Like we had fights before too. Like I ain't never like hit her, but like we wrestled before. Like she's like my nemesis. She was like my arch enemy growing up as a kid. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to nobody say that she's a fucking liar. Like that's just.
But
like
what
I
do
would
you?
never. Y'all
No,
gotta
no one's
understand.
saying that.
But you gotta say I would never do something like this. Like this is random. I literally looked up the situation. And I just saw you guys on live, and I just saw some comments just talking shit about my sister. I was like, this is out of pocket for me. This ain't even my character to do some shit like this. I like to stay on shit like this. But
Right.
I'm just saying.
Well, I think what other people was saying that I seen mainly in the chat, they were saying that they felt like they both were toxic. They were saying that they felt like
that could be true. That could be true. That could be
That's
true.
what I'm saying.
But there's no fucking reason. There's no reason to what she ain't never do no shit like what the fuck he did.
All right, let's for sure. Wait. Not so many curse words. Not so many.
Oh, my bad. The algorithm. My bad. I'm sorry, but she ain't never do no crazy shit like what the fuck. My bad. You know what I'm saying? Like she never did no stuff like that. Like that dude is weird. He's on some next level stuff, man. Honestly, personally, I feel like you got issues if you need to, like, if you're a grown man and you need wigs and shit to do comedy. You got issues to me, honestly. And that's no slight to anybody else, but that dude, he just seemed off to me, bro. He just super off to me. I've been to his house a couple of times. I'm just not impressed with it. He trying to impress people with the money, the light, like that shit is, you're corny, bro. You're just a corny nigga money. That's it.
Are you on your sister's Instagram? What's your Instagram? Is it Fully Cooley?
I kind of want to. I don't know, because I don't even want to give my information like that, to be honest with you.
Well, I just wanted to cross-reference that. I mean, I'm sure that you probably really are her brother, but I just wanted to cross-reference and see.
If you want to ask, if you know any, you want to ask questions about her. I mean, I know. I mean, that's my sister. Her name's Kirby Farrell. All right. I'll tell you this. My at name is Kalfa _, and you'll see that we follow each other. Is that you can see that we tagged each other in pictures. Just you can see that we're related. Like we have pictures together. Like you'll just see. So
Kalfa it's KALFA.
Yeah, it's like alpha. It's alpha, but with a K in front of it, and then _ at the end.
Kalfa _ is a white man.
Kalfa with a K.
I know. KALFA _ It's a white man.
Nah, look for the Avi with I'm wearing a yellow hoodie and I'm squatting down in a jail pose.
Kalfa _ Okay, hold up. I see a white man with Kalfa _ Hold up. Is it 2 underscores?
Maybe. See.
Oh, there's another white person. Hold up.
You trying to call me Caucasian? That's tough.
No, I'm just saying I don't see that face.
That's crazy. I don't want to be here too long. I just had to say my sister's name, man. Listen, I'm sure they're toxic. I don't know the extent of their relationship, but she ain't doing no wild shit.
So you saying that your sister is toxic too, though?
I said that could be the situation. They people don't argue in relationships, but the way he take it, he takes it extra, bro. You're a man. You're a man, bro. You're a man. That's crazy. He big as hell. He's big as hell in comparison to my sister, and it's what could she possibly do, bro, to deserve that? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm spelling it with an FA.
Wow. Yeah, alpha, but with a K. You know.
My slow ass.
Damn, that's crazy.
Oh, yes. Child. Okay.
So if you go to my followings, you'll see that I'm following her. You can see she's following me. You could go to her tag photos. You can see us tagging, shit like that. So.
Okay.
It's my blood sister. She's the middle child. I'm the youngest, and I got another sister who's the oldest. So.
Okay, you kind of look like her too.
Yeah, she was it was one point in time she shaved her head one time, and me and my homeboys was making fun of me. He was yo, y'all twins. I was like, nigga, shit.
So, y'all. Yeah, now I'm looking at your photo. Y'all look alike.
Yeah, we 2 years apart. So I just want to clear her name, man. You know what I'm saying? Protect Black women.
Okay, so basically, she's not a cop anymore. She stopped being a cop. How long ago?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know how long she's been with. Like I said, I really don't be paying attention. I'll be in my own bubble. I got a kid. I got my own things to deal with. You know, I don't really be in people's business. It maybe be like a year or two, probably.
Oh, okay.
I thought she would have did something in Atlanta, but
I'll continue watching. But can you stay backstage and then I'll bring you on if there's something you want to interject from what Majah Hype says? Because I'm about to watch what he posted in response.
To be honest, I said what I said. You know, karma is real. That's all. This is just on a fly. I did this super random. This is not even in my character to do some shit like this. I don't really like to be in the mix of the tea and shit like that. But this is my sister, and she's going through something right now. She's really fucked up. My bad. Sorry about the language, but she's really messed up about this. And I just had to say something and just put that perspective out there. You know, people, relationships aren't perfect, but if you, it just don't make sense. There's no need to do that. Just fuck it. Just leave. You know what I'm saying? Just leave. If it gets that bad, just leave.
But that kind of goes on both sides too, though.
Say both. Hey, I hear you. I hear you. But listen, my sister was hurt. I'm sure they're both hurt mentally, but someone was actually hurt. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big difference for me. And
is it true that she was okay? So I'll ask you this before you go. He made claims that in her relationship prior to him, he said that she was in abusive relationship in that relationship. Is that true?
I don't know nothing about her. I don't know. I just know that she was with him. To be honest, I know that their shit is toxic, like you guys are saying. It's toxic, and every now and then she will come back down to Florida from Atlanta just in shambles because this dude is just wilding. He be bugging. He be on some shit. So, like I said, man, protect Black women. I'm here to protect my sister. Straight up.
All right. Well, thanks, Kalpa.
All right, y'all take it easy.
All right. All right. D, do you feel like that answers some of the questions that you had?
Not really. I mean, I do respect him for trying to protect his sister. That's commendable. But he doesn't really know anything. He just saw her when she came home, but she could say anything. You know what I mean? Like he's basically agreeing that they were toxic. And then toxicity goes both ways. It's not just on one side. That's the thing.
All right. Well, now we're gonna watch what Majah Hype had to say in response. Tramika, what are your thoughts before we go to that video?
Oh, let me unmute. I'm muted. I'm on.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I ain't saying it didn't happen to the shorty. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying like how he came on there and he was saying like how he didn't know too much. But I mean, she a whole police. Like, why you ain't just shoot old boy or something? You would have got away with it or something. And he just come popping on the live like, oh, that's my sister and all that. Like, we just going off of what we hearing. Like, she sound like she saying a couple of things. It's not making sense. I'm not saying that she didn't get beat or whatever, but I feel like why you ain't did he ever fight the nigga? Like, how you gonna let a whole comedian go on there and put wigs on and he beating on your sister? Check that dude. Don't come in the live stream and checking people about their opinion, just why you ain't put them hands on her? Because where I'm from, she talking about voodoo and all that, man. You can go and beat this nigga up. Like you should have been there defending your sister, but you keep saying you don't know what happened in their relationship. You know what happened. You just probably just didn't want to take it there with that nigga. Like, I feel like he should have just went to the dude and put him in his place. And I know you can't get into people's relationship because she probably went back and forth, but put the pause on that boy and just keep your hands to yourself, But they both was toxic, That's what I'm getting from it.
Right. All right. Well, somebody said I have not seen the whole live of Majah Hype. What timestamp do he show penis pictures? I don't want to show that on my live.
Lord.
What's the timestamp? Because I ain't set through the whole thing. So what's the timestamp of the dick pics? Just let me know. So let me know. Let me know. The person who said that is, I haven't sat through it. I wanted to, give a live reaction.
Nikki also posted stuff on his story, okay?
Did he post pink pictures on the live?
I don't remember. I know he posted like screenshots that when she was talking to another guy and all type of stuff.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if he actually showed that part. Actually, just before you start, there another video just came out. Someone else did a live on IG. Is a video of him throwing her stuff out, like her and her stuff and her son's stuff out of the house. But we don't know. I didn't see what happened before all of that, but he was throwing her stuff out, and I think she was like, "Oh, you don't care about my son," and he's like, "You don't care about no." I think he said, "Oh, you don't care about my son," and then she said, "Oh, you don't care about my son," and I think he said, "Why should I care about your son?" Something like that. I don't want to misquote him, but there's another video. It's circulating on IG where he's throwing her stuff out.
Oh well, can you DM it?
It's like chopped up. It was on somebody's live. I'll tag you on because I'll tag you on the Jamaican Mix-Up page because that's where I get it. All right,
and Tramika, Fully Cooley Kalfa has a response to you. He said he lives in Atlanta. I'm in Florida. Y'all think I wouldn't want to F him up? Question mark.
Yeah, get to that boy. Yeah. I mean, my sister, anybody gonna do that for their sister. It's no amount of water, road, air, bus, cars, nothing will stop you from getting to a nigga that put their hand. She said this dude cutting and cutting himself in front of her, and she got bruises and black eyes. You supposed to be there, like you there. You know what I'm saying?
It's a flip side to that as well, as far as even with family, even with brothers and sisters, because sometimes you will get involved. You will put feet, hands, elbows, pinky toes. You'll put everything on the dude, and they still could go back to the nigga the next day.
That's what I said earlier. Like
you gotta walk a fine line in trying to get involved in that as well, because sometimes even family members who go and whoop the nigga ass, the sister sometimes will be back with him the next day. So,
Yeah, but if you're right. But I guess everybody different. I just assume that since he was defending the comments, I understand that he have his family. He don't want to get in too much about it, but you supposed to be all in that. Like, I done seen stuff, from where I'm from, Louisiana. I done seen that you could beat a nigga up and you could beat a nigga up. She's still gonna go back. But man, you supposed to be there every time. Like I told you, keep your hands off my sister. I'ma check you every time. I don't care if y'all going back together, man. Keep your hands to yourself. And if it ain't what it is, then what's happening is he gonna get his issue. That's how he supposed to be.
Let's go to the video of Majah Hype where he comes forward and says his piece and says his side. I'm gonna mute you guys' mic, but I'm gonna keep you guys on. But just let's see what he's saying.
And we were together again. A bad time. First thing I want to do is I want to say thank you to everyone who has been supportive in this challenging time. Second thing I want to say is that I apologize to all of the women that has been affected by this situation. This situation is a really tough situation, a really serious situation and allegations that has been bestowed upon me is really sad. Now, I know that there's women out there that has truly been through these situations, and hearing someone speak in this manner, I'm sure it probably brought you back to a I'm not here to destroy her, because I'm going to be honest with you. I still love that girl up to this day. Still love her, and I still love her son. And I would never do anything that would tarnish who she is as an individual. Last year, when we broke up, when we took a break last year, I went on live, for the people who remember this, and I spoke my truth. I spoke about, situations that happened. I spoke about, her leaving my kids and with a neighbor, and it really hurt me. And one of the things that she was upset about, right, was that I took my personal life to social media. I apologized to her. I understood where she was coming from, and I really did not need to go on social media to express what was going on in our personal life. And if anybody remembers, now I don't have to turn up the comments, because people are going to think and say whatever they want to say regardless. So I'm not even, that's not why I'm not even here for that. If anybody remembers, I then came on Instagram because her mother and herself was so persistent on me apologizing, making a public apology to her for, just speaking what I was speaking about. And I did that. I came on here. I apologized to Kirby for putting our business, our personal business, on social media, and we got past it, and we moved on, and we were together again. Okay, and I'm gonna address every single thing that you think you know. But before I do that, I'm just gonna say that I'm disappointed. I'm hurt, and I'm healing. I sat here for 2 or 3 days. 2 or 3 days I sat here and watched people ridicule me, destroy me, bring me down from one person's allegation. I watched people that I gave 9 years of my life to disrespect me, go on my son's page, disrespect him, a 10-year-old boy. My daughter, everybody, my mother, everybody took a beating because of what one person said. I've been accused of so much, and I worked hard for where I'm at right now. I worked hard. When people told me I couldn't make it, I pushed on. When people told me that I would be nothing, I created something that I could survive on, something that I could take care of my children on, right? And one person, one person. Now, I'm going to start with just the obvious. Just the obvious. When I met Kirby on South Beach as a fan. I met her as a fan. And like I said, I'm not here to bash. I'm here to speak my truth. And if you're willing to sit here and listen through my truth, then that's what it is. The devil is busy. I understand that. But I'm a child of God and I will always be. I've been putting up prayers and psalms and trying to motivate people for the longest time. And it's funny how all of that could be thrown to the ground, spit on, and disrespected in the matter of 3 days. So as I was saying, and the reason why I'm giving you this history is because I want you to understand what's going on right now. I want you to feel my pain. I want you to understand where we're at with this. And after I speak about this, I'm telling you right now, I am not going to do the back and forth business. I'm not going to do the answering and re-answering. I'm making this statement today, and this is all I'm going to talk about. And I just want to get back to my life. I want to heal, and I want to just support my children in this difficult time.
All right, so I'm going to pause him right there. We're going to listen to more of what he has to say, but I'm going to go to some of you guys who are backstage. Keep it very brief because I want to get through his thing. Those of you guys who say it's an hour and a half live, we're not going to go through all of it. We're not going to go through all of it. We're just going to get enough of what he says to understand where he's coming from, to hear both sides of the story. Trini the Bone, I'm going to go to you. Keep it really, really brief, really fast. What are your thoughts so far?
I'm just shocked. I like when he started talking about how her spitting on him. I'm just like, so you're not gonna act like you didn't do nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just shocked at this moment. Like he's playing like she's like this big and bad person, and it's like, bro, just take ownership on your part.
Okay. All right. Kivante.
Yeah, Kevonte. So he really wasn't saying none in the video that you just played. Like I'm listening like, nigga, get to a point. Just get to a point already.
Mm-hmm.
But
I seen when her brother came here, like I don't know, like I know you live in Florida and they live in Atlanta, but if a nigga put your hand on my sister, and she coming with black eyes, show me got black eyes on, I'm pulling ain't up a plane ticket away. It is that man shit. I mean, I'm sorry.
yeah, I was about to say, come on now.
My bad. You know, I don't got to fight with my sister baby dad before he put hands on when she like 6 months pregnant, 7 months pregnant. And you know, I had to pull over with the steel toe boots on, ride the guy works, and you know, be real quick. But and he never put his hands on again. But and she still got right back together with him and had 2 more kids with him. But you know, and the other side, you know, there is toxic couples,
Right.
where they do like both of them put their hands on each other. So I don't know these people. I ain't never heard them. I ain't never met them. So I don't know what
All
kind
right.
of
Well,
relationship they got.
let's hear a little bit more. All right. Let's hear a little bit more.
So I'm not going to talk about it again. Okay? When I met Kirby, she was with her baby father. I was with my baby mother, but I was going through my problems, and I really was in a bad space with my baby mother. We used to go from Florida to New York, and she told me she had a baby father and she really didn't want to be with him, but her mother is forcing her to be with the baby father. So we just was doing our fling thing. I went to Miami 2 times a year. I went for Memorial Weekend to do Best of the Best, and I went to Miami Carnival. And every time I went out there, I saw her. The day I met Kirby, I told her that I was going to marry her. The day I met her. The day that I met Kirby, I told her that I was going to marry her. Not knowing what the future would bring, but I just felt that way. Okay? When I met Kirby, Kirby told me that she was in an abusive relationship. Her baby father used to beat her. When she didn't want sex, he would beat her up. She told me that he blacked her eye. She told me that he broke her jaw, and her mother never believed her. And her mother forced her to be with this man. This is what she's told me out of her own mouth. Okay? Then, the more we started dealing, all right, let's fast forward. We was dealing, and I felt, I within my self, I felt like she wasn't really with the baby father. So when I got out of my situation, I kind of started taking her seriously. She moved to Houston, and she said she was in the academy and she was going to be a police officer, and I was basically supporting her through it. We spoke often. She asked me for money to help her, buy her firearm and stuff like that, and that's what it was. I posted Kirby on Valentine's Day 2 years ago, right? When I posted her, somebody commented on the page and said, "Are you gonna still fuck blank when you're in New York?" To my knowledge, I only knew about Kirby's baby father. After this comment was on my page, she had no choice but to tell me about a dude that she was sleeping with in New York. When these comments they're crazy. Is jokey, but it's okay because my truth has to come out. I prayed on it this morning, and God told me to speak my truth, and He's gonna guide me and be with me through this. So no matter what people want to say, you are just a man, just like me. Anyway, she had no choice but to tell me about this man that she was sleeping with. She told me that she was sleeping with this man since she was 15, and this man was older than her. He was about 24 or whatever. Come to find out that this man she was sleeping with was also her niece's uncle. Now, I saw a problem with that in myself already, but I also felt genuine love for Kirby. I also felt that I could help her through certain things. I also felt that I know she's younger than me and I know she needs to grow, but I'm going to be there for her and with her to help her grow. I went to Houston. All right. Like I said, she was in Houston. She told me I was going to do a show in Houston, and
Okay. So Fully Cooley is saying that he is her brother that's in the chat. Fully Cooley, what do you know about the allegations that he said that she was messing with the niece, uncle, or what did he just say? The somebody, the family member. What do you have to say about that? I'll pin your comment when you speak.
And she told me that she wanted to see me. She said that while I'm here, she wants to let me know. I'm gonna turn off these comments. I'm gonna turn it off so I could get through this and just yeah, because it's distracting me and I'm reading it. How do I turn off these comments? Comment. Okay.
Okay, so as far as the niece uncle, you said you don't know about that. You just know that he beats her. All right. Let's play some more.
Okay. Now I could get through this and do what I gotta. So she told me that she was living in Houston, and I was under the impression that she was living by herself. She told me she said she wanted to go to Houston to be a police officer because she wanted to get away from her mother. This is what she told me. Her mother has been trying to run her life for years. Her mother has been forcing her to be with people that she didn't want to be with, and she just wanted to get away from her mother. This is what she said to me. When I was going to Houston to do this show, she told me she got to tell me something. I asked her what she wanted to tell me. She said that she moved her baby father in. I was disappointed because I thought that she was over that. I thought that she was beyond that, being that she said she was with a man that was abusing her and beating her up for sex. And I guarantee you, through my experiences, I guarantee you, if we speak to her baby father, it'll be a different story. But I don't even want to go there. But anyway, I told her in 2018, I said, you know what? I don't want to be the person who is going to mash up your happy home. I'm not a house wrecker. I'm in a good.
Whoa, Rebo. Hold up. I had to pause the video. This why you don't date single mothers. What you got against us? Don't try to put Tisha or Kirby or what's her name, Leticia situation with hype on all of us women. And we don't even know the full story between who to who and what to what. We listening to both sides. Don't be coming for us single mamas. Now let me finish the video. Playing with me.
Space right now, I don't want to be a part of that. If you are with your baby father and this is who you're living with, I'm good. I didn't speak to Kirby the whole year of 2018. In 2019, me and some of my partners decided to do a show in Houston. I haven't contacted Kirby for a whole year. When I got to Houston, my road manager looked at me. He said, what happened to that pretty girl that you used to talk to? Don't she live in Houston? Is she a police officer here? I said, yeah. I said, she also lived with her baby father.
One thing I will say is that girl is beautiful. She's really pretty to me. She's really pretty.
And I don't want to deal with that, so I'm just going to leave her alone. Kirby texted me and said, so you wasn't going to reach out to me and you here? I said, honestly, no. You have your life, you have your family, you have your kids, your kid, live your life. She said, I told you that I only moved him here because I needed help with my son. Me and him is not together like that. I need help with my son. I work late hours and I wanted him to come and help me with my child. She asked me she told me that she was going to come to the show anyway, and she was going to come in there with her police friends and they was going to stop the show, and I had no choice but to talk to her. I guess that was jokingly because we joke a lot. Please, please. I don't want nobody to call me right now. Please, no one call me.
Fully, you might as well enter back into the chat. Click the link. You might as well click the link and join us and give your commentary as we go along. Versus, because if you comment in the chat, you might as well get on the live and chat with us, and I'll pause it and you say what you got to say in defense of your sister. Click back in.
Right.
Somebody
so we
whispering
linked
to
up.
him.
She came to the hotel. We had sex, and I opened up to her, and I gave her the truth. I said, listen, at the time that I met you, I didn't really want to take you seriously because I didn't want to drag you into the things that I was going through with my personal experience, my personal life with my kid's mother and everything like that. She said, I'm sorry that you felt that way, but I would have been there with you and I would have wrote it out with you. And that, to me, was some of the realest shit I've ever heard, for somebody to say that they're going to be there with you through everything. You understand? So I decided that if we wanted to take it seriously, that's what we was going to do. Kirby.
All right. We're going to listen to some more, but I gotta reach out to the panel. I'm going to unmute everyone's mic. Everybody unmute your mic. We're going to do this really quick. What is everybody thinking? What is everybody thinking so far? And then we'll play some more.
He lied to me to bring up the
he did it.
situation. To talk about somebody being molested, like, bro, that's disrespectful. At the end of the day, you don't know what she been through, and that's something that you don't bring up as the ex-boyfriend. That's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole
And I feel like he played off of her vulnerability, being vulnerable, because that show how sick he is. He just said how the girl was in an abusive relationship, and he went and did the same thing to her.
Thank
Like,
you.
looking at him. Oh man, it's ridiculous. Like, I thought he was gonna look different. Like the dude was saying, he's big and, man, he look like a reject Al Green, man. You could have went boxed this dude up, man. Come on now. What we doing here? Like, come
Not
on,
a
man.
reset Al Green.
He did this to that woman, and it's like he don't want to see the comments because they telling him the same thing. Like, you took advantage. You knew she was in a abusive relationship before that, and then, yeah, she was a cop. She probably not a cop no more, but I just feel like she lost her strength or something. I don't know how she ain't just piece him up. I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't like
It's
when
just
he
amazing.
stated. Tamika, I don't like when he stated, "Oh, I supported her. If she went to academy. If you really supported her, you would not do that to her. Like, you would not to force her to like leave the academy on some real stuff."
All right, Miller.
Right.
Hello. I feel like he's an actor, so he's just acting out right now because he's not talking about the abuse. He's going around in circles. I don't understand what is he talking about? What is how they met and what relationship she was in. He's just an actor.
Mm-hmm.
He's not talking about the abuse. You hit her. You abuse her. Let's talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kivante.
I ain't gonna lie. The dude sound like he lying. I mean, he just constantly talking in a circle. Like, is he gonna ever get to a point? The point why he made it live, he going on a whole rebuttal about back when they first met and stuff. We don't really care about where y'all first met or what started y'all day. We want to know what happened, the details and stuff. He ain't talking about that. He talking about Edward, and then he want to bring her past relationship stuff as if they're gonna make it case.
All right. Well, let's get back to the video, guys. Everybody mute your mic back.
Me and Kirby started communicating again, and we became, girlfriend and boyfriend. We was talking while her baby father was still living there, and I accepted that. She came to Atlanta.
Wait a minute. Would that make him the side dude? Like, we talk about girls being the side pieces, but if she had her baby daddy and she was living with him in the house and then they were boyfriend and girlfriend, would that make him the side dude? I don't know. Let's listen to some more.
Because I told her sister that I was going to engage to her. Her sister was so happy. Her sister was supportive. And I planned this engagement for when she came to Atlanta. Her mother got involved and was very upset. You don't know this man. Where do you know this man from? You don't even know his real name. Why are you just gonna marry this man, or why are you gonna take his ring or whatever? No, she didn't say about ring because she didn't.
Wait, so they became, I understand, like, listen.
Mm-hmm.
I understand being in the fast life, being in the industry, and you hooking up with somebody that's a celebrity and you don't know their first name or, you know, whatever. But to the point where they got to boyfriend and girlfriend, why wouldn't she know his name at that point if they committed in a committed relationship as boyfriend and girlfriend?
I thought they wasn't a committed relationship. To me, honestly, if somebody is in a relationship, I need to know everything about you. You cannot play me, and then next minute I find information about you. I'm supposed to stick with you. No, tell me.
And how the side dude gonna be Uncle Charlie?
Thank
That's
you.
old as hell.
Hello?
That's crazy. All right, I'm gonna play some more.
Kirby didn't know that I was going to engage to her. You understand?
That's
so
crazy.
I decided that if we wanted to take it seriously, that's what we was going to do. Me and Kirby started communicating again, and we became, girlfriend and boyfriend. We was talking while her baby father was still living there, and I accepted that. She came to Atlanta because I told her sister that I was going to engage to her. Her sister was so happy. Her sister was supportive, and I planned this engagement for when she came to Atlanta. Her mother got involved and was very...
All right, Fooly Cooly, this is your chance to prove that you are who you say you are. Who's the sister that he's talking about? What's he said the sister, he planned this engagement with the sister. Which one of y'all sisters is he talking about? Susie, Becky, who? Let us know in the chat. In the meantime, let's play some more.
Be upset. You don't know this man. Where do you know this man from? You don't even know his real name. Why are you just gonna marry this man, or why are you gonna take his ring or whatever? No, she didn't say about ring because she didn't.
Okay, he said his older sister Crystal. All right.
Kirby didn't know.
God damn it. No, it didn't click out.
Kirby's nudes. He looked at me. He said, "What happened to that pretty girl that used to tend to her?" Within that email, her mother got involved and was very upset. You don't know this man. Where do you know this man from? You don't even know his real name. Why are you just gonna marry this man, or why are you gonna take his ring or whatever? No, she didn't say about ring because she didn't. Kirby didn't know that I was gonna engage to her. So her mother started feeling like she needed to interject in this situation. So her mother decided to make a fake email and sent it to Kirby and told Kirby that this is what somebody sent to her. Within that email.
Now, Cooley, you said that it was Crystal. Now, he's saying that your mama made a fake email. Are you aware of the fake email? Fully really getting mad at y'all in the comments because he said, "What do y'all want from him?" I need to play the I need to play the Tyrese clip. What more do you want from me?
I have a question. Fully.
Oh, he said no. Go ahead.
Okay, Fully. I don't understand how, and I know we Trinidadian to Trinidadian, but what is this I hear that the mother create a fake email? Like, come on, like, is that true? Like, did she ever do that?
He said no.
Okay, so that's Trinidadian. I asking that question.
All right, let's listen to some more. He said no, his mom didn't create it.
It was, my name is not Nigel Joseph. My name is not Nigel Joseph, and I've been exposing Kirby's nudes. Now, for a woman to doctor up an email to stop us from communicating and stopping us from loving each other is sick. For a grown woman to do that. Okay? Kirby did her due diligence and realized that it was a lie. And she realized that her mother was lying. That's her mother. Of course, she's going to forgive her mother. She was very distraught about it, but she also, that's her mother. I expect her to forgive her mother. And her mother told her that she was only trying to protect her. Kirby called me one day when she lived with her mother and was crying, was in tears. She had a red vial. It was a clear bottle about this big, maybe a little smaller, clear bottle. It had red liquid in it and a paper wrapped up in it.
And a
she
paper.
called me on FaceTime. She was crying. And I said, "What's the matter?" And she told me, "I found my grandmother sent me in her purse to get something, and I found this in it." She poured the liquid out. I'm not sure, but I think she even tasted it.
What?
And she was like, "It's sweet." She broke the bottle. What? She unraveled the paper, and on this paper it says Kirby. And I don't, like I said, I don't have a reason to lie. I'm speaking my truth today because I'm just speaking my truth. So anyway, she unraveled this paper, and the paper said, "Kirby, submit to QAine. Kirby, love QAine. Kirby, never leave QAine." She said, "My mother and my grandmother is wicked, yo. They really voodooing me to stay with this man." So this is something that they've been into, obviously. Moving forward, I proposed to Kirby because I loved her. Nothing more. I was who I am before Kirby, and I'm definitely going to be who I am after Kirby. Kirby told me that she...
I need to have a conversation with all Trinidadians. What is going on?
Listen, this is back now to the bone because this man here, ain't no Trinidad family. Somebody would tell you to do that type of thing.
Man, that's some stuff I ain't never heard, and I'm from Louisiana. I ain't never heard no stuff like that. That boy say red juice.
That's a bald-faced lie.
And he said that she done licked it and tasted it and said it was sweet and it got a thing of lit.
That's a bald-faced lie.
His whole life just confusing.
This is the problem. Because I saw this live earlier, right? He's saying everything about what happened, who did what pictures is here, what she licked, what she sucked, whatever she did. He still doesn't say. He still didn't say why he put his hand on this woman, because she could have did anything. He could have walked in and she having sex with a guy on the bed. He don't have no right to put his hand on her. He's talking about everything.
He makes himself seem like a saint.
He's trying to demean her character, seem like a bad person or this or that or whatever. If she was so bad, you wouldn't have put the ring on her finger.
Marilyn, what you trying to make she look like? You know, it's in the Trinidad we say like a witch, like them the
Yeah,
Casper and thing.
yeah,
That
like
what you
oh
trying to make she look like?
I call his
and
grandmother
they
a witch doctor.
went mom and this and that, and you bring in the mom and the grandmother, whatever they did into this. She ain't talk about her mom and her grandmother. She
Thank
talk
you.
putting a hand on her. He don't even get to that whole part.
Yeah, he ain't own enough at all.
He is loud.
Yes.
He can't even look the
Anastasia,
reality.
That's
are you
why I ain't
Trinidadian?
showing my. That's why I ain't showing my picture. Oh no.
He got somebody whispering in his
Wait. Anastasia, are you Haitian? I mean, are you Trinidadian?
Yeah, I'm Trini.
Do y'all what do you know about the paper wrapped around the thing and
The,
thing?
I really ain't know much. I listen, but I find like he don't have no respect and like he ain't even admitting that he did wrong. Overall, he could come out and admit and say sorry that things just happen in relationship. Things do happen, and he not
Mm-hmm.
being straight up. He not
Mm-hmm.
being man enough. He not
Mm-hmm.
being man enough.
So what do you? So you don't know about the paper wrapped around the oil, the red stuff?
Nah, me know nothing about that. I'm
the,
a Muslim, I wouldn't know about that. I'd ask a Baptist or a Hindu.
Mm.
Listen, I'm Haitian, right? I'm
right.
not Trini, I'm Haitian, and I know that people do those kind of stuff.
Correct.
Well, they don't use the red liquid. I don't know what that is, but I know they do take people's name. They put it maybe in ice. Some people put it in honey in a jar, and they'll write whatever the person name and whatever they want the person to stop doing.
Listen, I've been to Trinidad for all my life. I ain't seen no type of thing like
Ooh, I need
that.
to get off of here, nigga.
Not like that.
Too many
Mm-mm.
niggas.
You get bucks inside your head. One good licks upside your head, you'll get bucks.
All right, let's everybody mute the mic. Let's listen to some more.
I'm done.
All right, Tramika.
She was going to leave her job and she wanted to move so that we could be together in Atlanta. We both agreed on that. I went to Houston and I paid for the U-Haul. Me and my kids helped her pack all of her stuff, and we drove 14 hours from Houston to Atlanta so that we can be together. The plan was that Kirby was supposed to take FMLA for 2 months. During that 2 months, she was supposed to do her transfer paper. She was supposed to do a lateral program, which means she didn't have to go through the academy again. They would just recognize that she was a police officer in Houston and she would become a police officer here in Georgia. Well, that FMLA lasted 2 years because I took care of Kirby, spent my money, bought horses, and did everything that I could do to make Kirby happy. And I'm going to tell you the truth, nothing that I've ever done was going to make Kirby happy because she wasn't happy within herself. She jumped directly out of one relationship into another. There was no healing process. There was no time to reevaluate. There was no time for anything. And I think that was probably one of our biggest mistakes. Now, keep in mind that I've already been told that she was in an abusive relationship with her baby father. She told me that his sister was doing voodoo on her. Her mother is doing voodoo on her, or her grandmother. And she's with a dude that's been having sex with her since she was 15. Now, that dude, and I'm not naming any names, but that dude, when we first got serious, Kirby told me, and I have all of the texts and everything right here, so I'm gonna read it for you. So like I said, if you don't have the time to hear this truth, then you can go now. But I'm gonna put everything out because I want this to be done with. And like I said, I'm not responding after any type of backlash, any type of rebuttals, responses. I'm going to move on after this. So the guy that she was dealing with, which is her niece's uncle, When we decided to get serious, she told me, I don't know if this is the story, I don't know if this is correct, but she told me that this man was threatening her to put out her sex tape. The sex tapes that he has with her, he was threatening her. He said he was going to make paper. He's going to print papers with her nudes and put it all over the hood, because she's originally from Schenectady and Empire. So he was going to put it all over there and all of that. I reached out to some friends that have that's mutual friends with him, and I explained to them. I said, listen, if he disrespects her like that and puts out her nudes, then he's disrespecting me, and that can't happen. When they spoke to him, he said he was in his feelings, and he did say that, but he's not going to do that. It's all good. Shorty could go ahead and whatever. So the abuse, the sexual abuse, the putting out of sex tapes has been a cycle for Kirby. I don't think it's a coincidence. I think it's a cycle. Moving on. It's a shame to experience these things. And like I said, I'm so apologetic to the women that went through domestic violence, been beat up and all of these things, and abused and all of these things. It's really unfortunate. And as a kid growing up, I'm going to put my truth all the way out here. As a kid growing up, I watched my mother. We went to my father's house, and my mother went to tell him that I needed a bicycle. I was 6 years old. She went to his house. She told my father, your son needs a bicycle. Your son needs a bicycle. And my father looked out the window, and he told her that if he comes downstairs, she's going to regret it. My mother and my father wasn't together at the time. He had his family. My mother had her people. And that's what it was. But I remember it like it was yesterday, because this is something that I've lived through all my life. I was 6 years old. And these things I've confided into Kirby with. My father came downstairs with a machete in his hand. The story that I was told was that he tried to hit her with the side of the machete. But he chopped my mother's hand. And my mother's hand was hanging from a thread. And I sat there as a 6-year-old child and watched that whole thing. I've grown so much resentment for my father for that. I've held so much things back. And I use my comedy and my drive to become who I am today. So for somebody to try to destroy me after I've been nothing but good to this person, some people are just so wicked. And I'm not even talking about Kirby, but people is wicked. For y'all to come on here and disrespect me and disrespect my family, and y'all don't know, y'all have no idea what I've been through. Even a piece. Not even a piece of what I've been through. I was molested as a child. I confided in somebody about it, which is Kirby. I told her, I said, listen, I've been through a lot, and I just want to know that you're here for me. I told her I was molested as a child from a male family member. And she took that and she used it as ammunition. We had an argument, She told me that I'm a faggot. She told me that my mother allowed somebody to molest me for 4 years. She threw all of that in my face. Yes, I'm not perfect, but I tried my best not to entertain the insults. I tried my best not to entertain the war and the argument and the confrontation. But I'm telling you this right now. Any man that has been in Kirby's life will be able to tell you that she strives off of confrontation. If she's willing to be honest with you people, because y'all don't know who Kirby is. Y'all know her as Majah Hype's fiance. Okay? I gave you 9 years of my personality. I gave you 9 years of who I've been and what I've been going through. I gave you 9 years of my life. You know Kirby because I introduced the world to her. I made it known that this was my wife. I've never put up a woman on my Instagram. I made it known. So for you people to come on here and second guess my love for Kirby, for you people to come on here and judge what I've done in my relationship, the nerve of you people. And y'all need to check yourself because everybody go through situations. And that's why I come on here and I motivate people. That's why I play music. That's why I encourage people because I know a lot of us may not want to talk about the things that we've been through, and it's easier to laugh at somebody else's issues when we're trying to hide our own. Molestation is not a joke. And I wanted to have this conversation with my kids and my family before I did it, but we're here now. For you to confide into somebody and that's what they do. And I have a lot of screenshots and a lot of texts that I'm gonna read out and I'm gonna show you. Okay? I encouraged Kirby. I motivated her. I wanted her to be the best she can be. I started working on a website for her boutique, because she wanted to sell swimsuits. I brought her to the forefront. I put her on my Instagram. I let the world know that this is my wife. I encouraged her. I told her that she has a beautiful spirit. That's why she started doing lives last week. When she did her makeup tutorial and there was 20 people on it, I said, I need to encourage my girl. I need to support her. I went and got the Mitzi outfit. And I joined her live and I added my live, and I knew that would bring her followers. She went from 3,000 followers to 14,000 in 4 days. Okay? She called her Wednesday Women's Wednesday. Now, I always knew that Kirby had some kind of loving or liking for women. And like I said, I'm putting it all out here because I don't want to come back on here and respond to anybody or anything. Every argument, every serious argument that me and Kirby had was because of another woman. And not on my behalf either. From the day I met Kirby up until 2 weeks ago, I never interacted with another woman in that whole situation. I interacted as far as conversation, yes. Flirting, yes. But sexually, because I knew what I wanted. Now, about this sex tape. Deep in Kirby's heart, and I'm looking you dead in your eyes, Kirby, because I know you got your little scum team watching. But deep in my heart, I know that you released that. You released it. This is Kirby's old phone right here. This is her old phone. I did break her phone. Yes, I did. I broke it. You know why I broke it? Because let me get to this part of it. Last week.
Wait, why does he have her old phone? Wait, how long have they not been together? Did they recently break up? Because from my understanding, the way she was talking, it seems like they've been wanted to speak out now just to kind of reclaim her, time. But why does he still have her phone? How long?
I can say to me.
Go ahead.
Okay, I can say that to me. I think he really kept that stuff and saved all the thing. He must have saved it, because if you break up with somebody, you give them back everything. Their phone, whatever old phone they have, you give it back to them. So for you to keep her stuff, that shows what type of man he is. You don't keep nobody's phone. You don't put out text messages. If it was like that, you could have just like that disrespectful. So to me, I think
after we
they
broke up,
broke
I ain't
up.
trying to deal with you no more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Does he explain
You give back
why
everything.
he has her phone? Does he explain why he has her phone?
And when I watched it, he said that something about he said, I can't remember, but he talked about that he gave her the phone allegedly, something like that, and around that area that I was getting it from. But the stuff starts at 47 seconds, Neek, just letting you know.
And how long does it go for?
It goes to like 47, 38 minutes. He's posting pictures of he found where everything is.
We at 35 now. All right, let's listen to some more.
I went to Fort Lauderdale to do a show. A friend of mine said that she wanted to come to the show. I bought her a ticket. She came. She came to the show. But I knew that this girl was just a friend. But I knew that Kirby was so on my body about having other women around and so insecure about me talking to other women that I knew that if I was to tell her that a female friend of mine wanted to come to Fort Lauderdale to the show, that she wouldn't like that. We went to the show. I came back home. Me and this girl did nothing. When I came back, Kirby told me that we need to talk. Now, I would put my head on the block for Kirby. She lived with me, so I didn't ever think that she would still be communicating with anybody or she would be doing anything with anybody. So I put my head on the block. People was always asking me, like, you think she's faithful? Like, what? Nobody couldn't tell me that she wasn't faithful. So I never had a reason to go through Kirby's phone. I never had a reason to check and I know what that brings also. So I never wanted to check her phone. When I got back from Fort Lauderdale, she hacked into my computer, found my password, and she was looking through my texts. Now, if you have an Apple phone and an Apple computer, you know that your accounts is on the same. So she went and started looking through my texts. She saw me talking to women. She saw me flirting with women. She swore up and down that I was having sex with these people, but I actually wasn't. And like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and play like I'm a saint, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. After the conversation that me and Kirby had, where she threw my molestation in my face, when she threw me having a smaller penis than the man that she was with before, and all of these things that she was saying, you see, an argument is an argument, and we could throw insults at each other. But when you take the things that was confided in you and throw it in their face, it's a different level. But from the time she did that, that's when I started really saying, you know what? I'm vulnerable. My self-esteem is low. She made me feel away. So I started talking to other people, but not just speaking, just conversing and flirting and whatever. So she confronted me with it, and she was disappointed in me, and I was disappointed in myself. I was ashamed. I felt like I was weak. I let my family down, and I'm big on setting examples for my kids, and I didn't want that to be one of the examples that I would set for them. So I begged her for her forgiveness. I told her that, you know, I'm ashamed of myself, and I begged her for my forgiveness. And I said, you know, I'm sorry. You know, I was flirting with these people, and I did have a sexual experience with one of the people. I did. And it made me feel so bad, but it wasn't actual sex. It was oral sex. And I felt so bad about that. And I tried for the last, well, this happened, I think it was last week I was in Fort Lauderdale. And this happened, and I got back home, I think, on Sunday. And Monday, Tuesday, I was just trying my best to prove to her that, you know, I'm taking accountability, and I'm so sorry, and, you know, I didn't want that for us, and, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And she was really hard on me about it, which I expected. I expected her to be harder, and I was ready for whatever the consequences were. At the same time, I thought to myself, why is this girl always have the need to check my stuff? Why does she always have the need to go through my things? If I go out to a party and I'm with, say, DJ Young Chow, or I'm with Steely Bashman, she has to go on their story to see what I'm doing, because she know I'm not going to post anything crazy. And I just was wondering why. Why does she have to go so hard for this whole, like, I'm cheating thing? And I'm not. And I said, you know what? People who do this, they do it because they have something to hide. And this is when I took her phone. Kirby, she said, you want to go through my phone? All right, let me open it. Now, you know, these phones is Face ID and code and all of that. I said, I don't need to do it in front of you. So when I had her phone, she was chasing me for the phone in her vehicle, chasing me. I was driving my Bentley. She was driving her CLA, and she's chasing me through the streets for this phone. We went to somebody who I thought was my friend. We went to her house, and her house is it's on a street. Kirby blocked off the street so that I couldn't go anywhere. But if a car came, and she had no choice but to move her car, and I had to move my car too. So I pulled in a driveway. Kirby blocked me in the people's driveway. As I was reversing, she pulled her car up, and my car touched her car. Of course, she's going to exaggerate it and say that I rammed her car. But I want y'all to challenge her. Ask her to see the damage on her car since I rammed her car.
Wait. Whoa.
Nick, what is this? What lie is this, Nick?
He said my car and her car kissed, but she's gonna exaggerate and say I rammed her car, but both of our cars hit each other.
Still connected, regardless of thing, he's still connected. That means some damage was due to our car. And then, Nick, I don't understand this thing right here. The man say he take the phone, run with the phone. If I want to see your phone, show me your phone right in front of my face. I'm not running with your phone. I know what type of man is that.
He said, of course, she's gonna exaggerate to y'all, but our cars did touch, but it ain't no damage on her car, so she can't really say too much because, you know, our car did touch, but it ain't no damage to prove.
He talked
So
about
that
she
means the damage.
exaggerating, but he underestimated the situation. The point is they did connect.
And then Nick, let's talk about hold on. That stuff that he said that I didn't do like anal with the girl. You still did it anyway. That means you still cheated though.
Child.
The lies he tell.
A little bit more. If you guys want to join, who was backstage? April Cakes was backstage. Sorry that I didn't add you on, but click back in. I'll add you on. I was multitasking. Let's play a little bit more and then we're gonna cut his live.
Because I'm not gonna take my Bentley that I work hard for and ram anybody's car. So she didn't want to open her phone for some strange reason. I spoke to one of my friends. I said, yo, bro, I'm trying to, I think that Kirby has something to hide. I said, she don't want to open the phone for some obvious reason or whatever the case may be. And he said, well, if she don't want to open her phone, you already got your answer. But I had to see. So later that evening, she told me she was going to open her phone, and she kind of tried to gear me up for what I was going to see, because she said, you're not going to see anything like what's in your phone. Turned out that she was right, because I seen way more than what was ever in my phone. I opened her phone. Well, she opened it. I was in the theater room downstairs. I was going through her phone, and I went to her pictures first. That was the first place I went. She was upstairs. She was in the guest room. And I was going through the phone, and I'm looking at stuff. And I started to see, it took me a while because I got a lot of screenshots. But I seen conversations with her and people and all of this stuff. Let me just get to it. Now, let me just get to it real quick. These are the things that I started to see in her phone. And no disrespect to any man that was involved in the situation and was dealing with her or whatever the case may be, but I really did not take to social media in this last breakup that we had.
All right, we have 45. Y'all say it's at 47. Instagram don't have the timestamp of like when I'm scrolling. Okay, 50. Ooh,
go past that.
Wait, y'all said that's the 51 mark.
Go back one more. Like I found it. It went to 47. That's when he showed the whole type of pictures like that.
All right, we're gonna start at 48, 44. All right.
And like I said, I know Kirby has a son. No way in the world would I release any type of video of her in any kind of compromising situation. Because not only does it make her look bad, it makes me look bad. I have all of these things that I could have released if that was my nature, if that's who I was. This is her speaking in her group, Asia and Kay and Naja and all of these people. I want y'all to pay attention, because we're not going to play the innocent role. We're going to speak the truth. All of this is while me and Kirby was together. Okay? And she's gonna tell you that we wasn't together when when these things was going on. That's what she's gonna tell you. Okay? This right here, this is actually the same ex that she told me what.
The butt plug. No, what?
Oh, good. Nick, yo, Nick. Nick's why we can't. I said, oh, good. This is tea. This is tea for me. This is
Why
tea
is
for
he
me.
showing this? What do the butt plug have to do with the allegation that she said that he abused her? Why is he showing us a conversation about the butt plug?
Thank you, Nick. Like, oh my God. It's like, bro, like, you doing way too much. Like, end of the day, this is on what? And it said 9:53. So this at nighttime. That don't need to be shown. First of all, you had no business having a phone. Let's talk about that. You a whole stalker, my guy. You took a phone?
What is happening with the butt plug? Now I ain't gonna act like the finger in the butt ain't the ticket, but
well, I did that though. So...
act like the finger in the butt ain't the ticket, but the butt what's going on? Situation like, oh my God.
Wanted to expose her sex tape and was threatening her. She changed his name from what it was to Susan in her phone so that she could continue to talk to this person who was threatening to put out her sex tape. This is the conversation that they're having last year, December. While we're trying to figure things out, while we're still communicating, while we're still traveling, this is the things that was going on. So when you come on live and you try to portray to people that you are innocent and nothing's going on and you never did anything and I'm just picking on you and I was beating on you, I never beat on you, Kirby. She was the abusive one, and I want every man out there, don't allow women to hit you. Do not allow women to subject you to being abused and speak out on it. I want y'all to speak out on it because I was embarrassed. I never told much people, but I was embarrassed to say that a woman was putting her hands on me and spitting in my face and biting me and all of these things. I was ashamed as a man. So I know there's other men out there that's going through this, that is ashamed to talk about it. Because the minute you try to restrain them or hold their hand, you're dead wrong. And like I said, I'm very sympathetic with the women who really and.
Now this is a wild boy.
Mm-hmm. Come on, Nick. Tell it.
This is a wild boy. I will agree with him that people in relationships should not play fight. Don't allow the woman to hit the man. Don't allow the man to play fight and hit the woman. I do agree with that.
Yes, I agree.
Don't play fight because play fights turn to real fight. So why am I still stuck on the girl bent over and the other girl? And why do we still?
Where did she get this, Nick? Where did she get? Whoever said the video, I like. Where they get that from?
What
I just said like.
What do this correlate to the abuse allegations that she made? Why do I see these girls in each other's booty?
Thank you. And I'm just so like, bro, like, why do you still have a phone showing these type of text messages? And then let's get to the point. You hit her, you was abusive. And listen, I had my experience when I had my experience where I found out, damn, this guy was being abusive to me. Mind you, I like the same gender. I was like, I ain't standing for it. I left, got my stuff, and I was out. He never
showing you that she was a thought. But what do her being a thought
have to do anything, madam?
With him abusing her. Like
Nick, this person that person real dotish. Because you still put your hand on her Majah Hype, and in the end of the day, you was still wrong for beating her and abusing her. And in the end of the day, let's talk about how I don't. This
Matt
is
at
my
22
stuff.
said he didn't hit her.
Who did he did hit who?
I wasn't there. I don't know, but
Yeah.
it seems like I do agree with the consensus of what does her freaky behavior got to do with allegations of abuse?
Thank you.
I don't, you know, shit. She might be a little freak. She might want to fuck every week.
Well,
You know?
thank you.
I don't know, but what does that have to do with her alleging that he made her black and blue, though? You know?
And then Nick, I found some picture that somebody posted with some. I don't know if that her where she had a red eye. I don't know, but it makes this is in me. Oh yes, I found that. There's Flori is right. There's a picture with that Nick of her having a red eye. There's a picture with that. I have to send you that. That is true. Flori is right.
Cooley said he telling y'all why he beat her up. Let's listen to a little more, and then we're gonna get up out of here off of his part.
Actually went through these things. But it's not fair to them with those women. It's not fair to them for somebody to come and try to manipulate them and use them for situations. Everyone is saying I made this big talk about a soca artist and there is no soca artist and all of this stuff. This is the conversation with her. And I don't have the whole conversation, but this is Moto. She was talking to Moto while she was talking to me. December 29th, 2019, he pinned where he was and said here. A couple of months ago, October 23rd, Friday, a couple of months ago, hey, how are you, sweetie? How are you, love? So this is what you're doing. And that's why you had the need to go through my phone. Because you knew exactly what you was doing. Okay? I read her chats with her friends. They called me a paymaster. I was nothing but a paycheck for Kirby. This is her speaking to Nate. And like I said, me and Kirby had our offs and ons, but we was always trying to work through it and always trying to fix things, right? So whether she was in Florida, whether she was here, we always had the need to try to fix things. Does anybody remember this date? Look at the date and tell me, does anybody remember it? Because I'm going to remind you of it right now. Okay? I was nothing but real, genuine, and honest to Kirby.
Okay, so this is the photo that is of her with a red eye. Just want to flash that real quick. Damn it.
And I went chasing me. I was driving my Bentley. She was driving her me a while because I got, like I said, to subject you to. So this is what you're doing. And that's why you had the need to go through my phone. Because you knew exactly what you was doing. Okay? I read her chats with her friends. They called me a paymaster. I was nothing but a paycheck for Kirby. This is her speaking to Nate. And like I said, me and Kirby had our offs and ons, but we was always trying to work through it and always trying to fix things, right? So whether she was in Florida, whether she was here, we always had the need to try to fix things. Does anybody remember this date? Look at the date and tell me, does anybody remember it? Because I'm going to remind you of it right now. Okay? I was nothing but real, genuine, and honest to Kirby. I took care of her for 2 years. If you've seen that screenshot that I just put up when she said she was at the dentist and she was getting a root canal, her mother called me and told me that I have to pay her root canal bill because that's my woman, knowing that she was engaging with other men.
All right. So if you guys want to see the rest of the receipts that he provides, go to his Instagram. It's MAJAHHYPE Majah Hype. And then you can see the rest of what he has to say. Jay Haynes, what do you think about what was presented so far? What do you think about this whole situation?
Hey, what's good, Nick? Hopefully y'all can hear me. I don't know anything about these people or the situation, so I'm completely like objective and brand new to it. I think he definitely did something wrong. Like he's doing a lot of pleading, he got a lot of excuses and I guess evidence, but he seems sketchy. Her, I don't really know about her either. She seemed like, they definitely were in a toxic situation. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of funny from my perspective because it just seemed like a lot of drama. But it seemed like some internet, like I think somebody just said couples therapy. Like it seemed like some fix my life type stuff. I don't really see it as like from her video, it seemed like she was trying to get some type of like sympathy or like clout, I guess. But I don't know if she's really like a victim in the sense like she was in an abusive relationship. It seemed like they were just like super toxic. And obviously he's still wrong for like putting his hands on her, but it's kind of sketchy.
Mr. J, I have a question for you. How do you feel that she was doing clout? At the end of the day, and I feel if a man put his hand on anybody, it's still wrong, no matter what. And he did say in the video that he did have anal with a woman with one of his fans, I believe, or something like that. So at the end of the day, that means he cheated first. I don't understand how she's doing this for clout. But if you cheat on me, I will get you back.
Right. But what I'm saying is the whole cheating thing is like a relationship thing. The whole him putting his hands on it seems like she's adding that for extra fuel. And I mean, maybe he did, I don't know, but it just seems like it's an added part to the story versus the main issue is whatever their situation was, them fighting and all this drama, them cheating and all this back and forth. Obviously, when you bring DV into it, it gets more serious, but it just seems like what you see like in the hood all the time, unfortunately, a man and a woman, they maybe like get a little physical, get a little violent. He probably went too far one time, and now he's just trying to justify it with all the other evidence he had. But, like you said, it's irrelevant to the fact of domestic violence, but just the whole stuff that they're presenting, it's a lot of drama. It's real sketchy.
I agree on that. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, man. After seeing the picture Nick posted up, it's no words. I just really don't know how. I just really don't know how this dude was able to make a video. I got 5 brothers. 5 of them, I just don't know how he was able to make a video and continue to talk about it like Jaws, wired, shut, closed. Like, it's just off the rip. It's no words. Like,
and
look at my
not
sister.
blocking him.
It has nothing to do with worrying about jail and all that. No matter if she gonna go back, man, you got to get in her business.
Thank you.
You got to be in her business, bro. Like, you in the comments, you got to be in her business, bro. Did you see your sister's face?
And Tamika,
is you kidding me?
Is you kidding me?
Man, my mama was in an abusive relationship, and that nigga
Mhm.
ain't nowhere around. You hear me? You hear me?
Mhm.
It's real like that. Like yes, uh, Haynes. I'm sorry. It do happen like that in the hood, but they do have some solid, some dope boys be out there, and they might see a nigga trip
True.
out, and the nigga really gonna step up. Hey man, chill out, man. You tripping, man? That's still a female.
Of
You
course, in
know.
Brooklyn.
I just can't. It's just no words. I seen her face, and that's what really made me click back on the chat. That is just no words.
It's
Like,
disrespectful to me. It's just disrespectful. At the end of the day, I'm in my sister's business, and I don't care. I'm not gonna step back and not be in my sister's business. Let me tell you this: my sister's what? I'm going. She's a teenager, and I'm older than her. I don't give two rats. I tell my sister, "Who is that man you talking to?" And I be seeing what she posts. I'm like, "Are you stupid?" I'm like, "Are you dumb?" Like, why would you allow this to be posted on your page? And as a brother to a Trinidadian, we will be the same. You have to stay in your sister's business. That is what siblings are there to protect and love. And I understand you guys are loving and you guys love have that type of relationship. And then that's your sister, bro. For you to not be in her
Yeah, I
business.
mean, as far as the whole brother situation, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't believe my man is her brother, or if he is, I don't want to shit on him, but he's kind of soft. Like, there's no way my sister lives in a different state, and her husband, whoever she's dealing with, puts his hands on it, and it's like, oh well, nothing really happened from that. Whether it's me or the family or somebody, like, there's some type of accusation that's gonna happen. Like, but that's like
right,
a actual, conversation that we have, and I don't know the dude. I don't want to question him, but
Yeah, me too. I'm not trying to do
100% agree. I like 100% agree with that. We got to pull up. Some got you got this. It's a consequence. I don't
and,
care if she gonna come back. It's a consequence every time you think about you want to put your hands. It's a consequence for that.
mhm.
And that's what it should have been. And yeah, they both was toxic, you know, but it's
And
just a
especially
sad situation, man.
He said, "Y'all want me to pull up with the chopper?"
like
Man,
right,
you
right.
should
I'm
He
have
was
not
been
saying that.
did
He
that,
was saying that.
man.
To
You
be
should have
honest, he's
been
trying to be
did
funny
that.
and stuff. Like, it's no way I'm in the chat trying to get jokes off about the topic
Right.
that involves my family. Like, stuff like that is obviously we don't want you to pull up with the chopper. You're not even trying to fight, so I don't even think that's really an option.
He
But
said,
Right.
"Me and my sister got a different relationship. We love each other though. So I
and
mean,
I
they're
understand that.
not really that close. Like they're not really that close, but they're blood according to him. Like they don't have a close relationship.
But I understand. I'm not saying I don't understand. I understand, like, bro. I understand. Okay, you and your sister don't have a close relationship, but in the end of the day, when a man thinks he is warranted to put a hand on your sister, that is automatic. Automatically, I'm gonna put his backside. I'm gonna mash up his face, and especially if you're from the Caribbean, it's a thing of you protect family, protect family. I know in certain I know, like, okay, everybody's on a different mindset. I'm not saying that you don't love your sister. We're not saying that you don't love your sister, but especially if your sister is in this type of relationship and then that he thinks it's warranted for him to put his hands on her, it is still wrong. You as a brother, you have to go and protect.
right,
I
right, and I think
disagree
somebody just
with
said it
that.
in
I
the
disagree.
comments. Now, if that's her brother and he's kind of acting the way he's acting, it seems like he must know the situation isn't as maybe serious as she's presenting it. Like, she's basically making it seem like she's
Said
pleading
that
for her
you
life.
guys are being unrealistic.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess so,
very
man. But that's
unrealistic.
how you would get with
Um,
your sister, though. I'm gonna be unrealistic about my
Yeah,
no,
family. I
no,
don't.
because if your sister turn around and go right back to that person, then
That's
what? You gonna
irrelevant.
be looking like
It
a
don't
fool.
matter to me. I'm defending I'm protecting mine. Like, if she go back, then I'm going to talk shit about her. I mean, I'm sorry, Nick, but I'm going to get on her as well. But I'm not just going to not do anything. That's not real. That's unrealistic.
and I understand, like,
Yeah.
and they, our family is family. Truly, you can tell them a million thousand times, "Oh, girl, don't go back with that guy." "Oh, brother, no, don't do that." But in the day, eventually, they will like, "Damn, I should have listened to my sibling." And then when they get it through
They
their
should.
head, they're gonna be like, "Damn,
Even if we
I'm
don't go
wrong."
fight, we went to go pick her up. We went and got her. We like did something. Like, it's not going to just be, oh well, you know.
But everybody's
from a
not a fighter.
distance.
Let's be real here. Like, everybody's not a fighter. Everybody's not aggressive. Everybody's not confrontational. There are men who are confrontational, and then there are men who are not. There are women who are confrontational, then there are women who are not. You know, so everybody isn't confrontational either. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand that part of it too. Even if it's your family, like some people just aren't for the confrontation, or you know, don't want to fight, or you know, things like that. Mika, you just came on. What is your take on this whole situation?
Thank you, because I didn't want to cut anybody off, but I was gonna comment. I came on because one person said something about she was doing it for clout. Before I even saw this live, I seen different people on Facebook with her picture as their cover. You know, their profile picture. So I'm just like, I didn't even know about the story. I'm like, why is everybody putting this girl with this eye on their profile picture? So I could see the clout. Yeah, it's all over the place.
Oh my
I didn't know
God.
anything about the story until right now, actually. Yeah, so
Didn't she
I
have
think
a
it is
video?
for clout.
Didn't she
I
have
think
a
it is
video
for
sitting
clout.
down saying she was gonna do like more videos talking about it and all that type of stuff?
I didn't hear what he said, but this is what I came on here to say. I've been in an abusive relationship, okay, before, and I was married in an abusive relationship, and I would not. That is so embarrassing to get your your butt whooped and just put it on. You know, no, I wouldn't do that. I would go to the police. The police would have it, and that would be the end of it. I wouldn't want nobody to know how stupid I was to even be in that situation. You know what I mean? So I just think that it was for clout, and I think that, and then after my marriage, I suffered
You
from
think that which part is for clout?
her putting the picture. How did the picture get on the internet? Like that part to me, that's clout chasing. I don't know if it got leaked or whatever, but
You
it
feel
just
like
seemed
her
like why.
providing proof of the claims that she made is clout chasing?
I don't think that's clout,
No,
Mika.
not the claims that she made, but the
Well,
sympathy that she's looking for.
her claim was that he abused her. So those are supporting evidence of her claim. You feel like her supporting evidence of what she's alleging is clout chasing?
The supporting evidence should be going to the police so they can investigate it, not the public. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like this is
But
like a public. That's where clout chasing come in for
I
me.
agree with you that she definitely should seek the authorities before coming to the public. If she wants to get justice for what's done to her, she should definitely go to the authorities.
Agreed.
But I don't think that her supporting evidence with her claim that she's making, like that, she's showing proof, you know?
Yeah, I don't understand that, Mika.
But who are we? Like, who are we? We can't do nothing about it but talk about it. So why are you giving us the proof? Give it to the authorities.
I understand that.
She probably
But that's
wanted
what I'm
to
saying.
expose. She probably wanted to expose who he is. You know, like if she did put it out there, she probably wanted everybody to know who he really is and what he did, the extent of what he did.
And Mika, adding to
so can I ask you a question?
Because seeing it
My thing is, if
made
he would have went
me
to jail, we
realize
would
it
have
was
found out
something
who he
worse.
was. If he would have
What's
went to
the
jail
actual
for doing
timeline
whatever
on
he
this?
did, we would have found out anyway. You feel me? So
I don't
it's
know.
like, I mean,
But
I'm
to
not
me,
saying that.
When did
Go
this
ahead.
happen? Because that's my thing. Like, if it's recent, then I get it. But if it like happened months ago, and it's like now you coming out with all this, and it's not like you got a police report. It's not like you did all those different steps.
True.
It's like you just doing it for the social media aspect.
True. And
Right,
I'm
to
not
get your
saying
name up.
I'm not saying you guys are wrong. I'm listening to you guys, but my main thing is, okay, we don't know, and this is thing. When I look at a post, I didn't see the picture I didn't see that she posted a picture on her like little on her Instagram. I saw it on somebody else's Instagram pages, and because I'm like, okay, but and they.
But it has to come from her though. Like if it's on it, like she sent it.
Yeah, she said if she put it on her page, and I was like, okay, then fine, that's from you.
No, but even if they have it, it came from her phone. She sent it to them.
Agreed.
Right,
So
right. We don't really know how the picture got out there, to be honest.
me myself, I'm not gonna fault her for showing proof to the claim. That's the thing. Like a lot of these people come to the internet and they make allegations and they don't show proof to support their claims. I'm not gonna fault her for showing proof to support her claims. However, I will acknowledge you guys' point where you make and you say, what is the timeline and why is she bringing it up now? And has she gone to the authorities about it? That is a very valid point to make. And that's a very valid point that we can discuss as well. You know?
Yeah, I read in the comments that she didn't go to the authorities when I was watching the live as it was going. I read that someone said she never went to the police. So if she never went to the police, it's like, what's the end game here? Because what can we do about it? I mean, we just talked about it.
We can't do nothing.
And when did she stop being a cop?
Yeah, that's a yeah. I agree with you too. Yeah.
Wait,
yeah, those are
I was trying to ask the brother, when did she stop being a cop? Like in the relationship when the abuse started, like when did that stop? And like because I mean, it's just weird that you do take self-defense and all of that above. Like when did that happen? That's what I was trying to get him to answer, like some more questions about that, but you know, he didn't really know too much about her life.
Yeah, I don't think he knows, to be honest.
My thing
I don't
is
think he even knows.
I don't think that. I mean, you have some siblings out here who they're blood related, but they're not close.
Yeah, true.
That's what it seems like. It seems like, you know, because I mean, looking at his picture, he looks like her. To me,
I'm gonna say I'm not close to my brother.
You know, he kind of looks like her. He said like almost 2 years ago she quit.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this. I'm not close to my brother, but I understand him. Me and him have similarities. I'm not close to my brother that much, but I still love him from a distance. My question is to you, that you are her brother. Do you has he had any conversation around her that she came to you saying, "Oh, this is what he said, and I feel like I want to stop doing this because of what he said"? Has she ever had to have those conversations to you?
You asking us to?
I guess to Cooley, but you know, he said that she stopped being a cop almost 2 years ago. So she quit.
2 years ago.
She quit 2 years ago, and that's when she stopped being, you know, a cop. I feel like the questions that you guys are raising, I feel like they're valid questions. I feel like, you know, this victim shaming thing gets thrown around, but I feel like there are, like, some people have questions, and it's not a problem to ask, I don't think, and get an answer to certain things, you know?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you have to
get
ask questions, unfortunately. I mean, it's sensitive.
You got to get all the facts, you know, because like I said earlier, I was in an abusive relationship. And from that abusive relationship, I entered into another one and I found myself being abusive. And I'm just being honest, like women can become abusive. So I had to go to therapy and figure out what was wrong with me and everything. And I cleared it up. But she could have possibly been abusive as well. And they just was abusive towards each other. That's how I'm seeing it from what I'm gathering on.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, that sounds like it, but he would still be wrong in that case. So I think that's kind of like where the problem is that no matter what, if he put his hands on it, he's gonna take that L. Shouldn't have, you know what I mean? But
and he danced around it a lot to get us to the point of did you abuse her or not. It took us like 40 minutes to get to that.
And
yeah, that's why you know he's kind of guilty then, because I mean, just being
it literally took us 40 minutes for him to first say for the first time, I never put my hands on her. It took him a total of 40 minutes.
Yeah, if I don't put my I've never put my hands on a woman. If somebody said that, that's all I'm talking about. I've never hit you. The situation. I don't need to get into like how you cheated and the dick pics and all that stuff. Like that's extra.
Yeah, that was extra.
I didn't need to be shown to him to have the phone. They need to be shown. Period. And they, like, why you have your phone? You in violation of the relationship status. Or
that alone, him having the phone and showing it to everyone, that's abusive behavior as well. So that's abuse.
It's a violation. I'm gonna say this: when you talk about Schenectady and Empire, I was just around there, so I be around there most of the time because I have family that's over there. But I never heard the type of rumor. Oh, you told this person because I'm from Brooklyn and I'm not far from that area, and my family's over there, and I'll sometimes be over there with my family, and we don't hear rumors like that. You understand me? Because everybody know each other on that block.
Yeah, Allison, you getting your lighting right? What's going on? What's your thoughts?
I just want to say that I tagged you earlier. I wanted to say that you should watch Strictly Babsy. She's well known in the Caribbean community, and I've been following Major for years. So when him and her first broke up, he was basically slandering her. He went to his basically all of his fans and was talking about the relationship on live hours. I'm talking about days and hours worth of live, talking about the relationship almost as if he had something to prove, with her being quiet forever. She didn't say anything. She's just now coming out. And this was over, they've been messing around since 2018 and having a toxic situation back and forth. But he was always talking and she was never saying anything. So now all of a sudden that she's opened up her mouth and come out, he's crying and victim shaming. But I felt like he was kind of a narcissist already and had something to prove, because you're going in detail about your situation with her and she's not defending herself at all, but you're doing this for months at a time. But the situation with Babsy, she basically debunks everything in the Caribbean community. She went on from his hospital records, how he lied about having a heart attack, like showing the actual hospital records. I don't know if she know Kirby personally.
Hey, what's your name again? What's your name again, Allison?
My name's Allison.
What's your name? What's your name? What the girl that Majah Hype dated before? You know me.
Strictly Babsy. She Bayesian. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, yeah. Let me. I got to look. I have to look up she face and to remember she.
She did 2 lives. Both of them is like an hour and a half long. She dogged him with a whole bunch of proof, talking about how he lied from the very get-go about where he's from. His mother is American. His dad is Grenadian, but he claims to be from Kingston. And this is before he... Right. He's American born to an American mother, but his dad is from Grenada. So she's basically saying a man who will lie about where he's from before he was even famous is basically like she breaks down his character from the very beginning. And then his hospital records talking about he had a heart attack and this and that. Like she debunked
his hospital records though. Isn't that against HIPAA?
No. So this is what she got his discharge papers. She paid for them, which is not very.
Yeah, he ain't supposed to have that.
She has his discharge papers and her discharge papers, and she tell about the fights that they got into. Basically,
the only way she could have got that is impersonating that she was them.
No, I'm telling you, she paid. She didn't do that. She paid for them. She paid for them.
Yeah, by impersonating. Because that's against HIPAA. Like, she can't get their discharge papers without being the actual person.
She got it and she showed it. She got 2 discharge papers. One time he fainted. Allegedly went to the hospital for fainting, and it was on one of the same nights that they had a fight. And then he went for chest pain, but only got released with aspirin. She was saying,
you can make those papers.
I know Allison talking about now. Nick, I gotta send it to you. I subscribe to her. I know he talking about. I know who Allison talking about.
Yeah.
I know it.
Babsy don't play no games when it come down to investigating and getting the tea. Majah Hype is a lying narcissist. I'm not gonna say, Kirby she could be the biggest hoe in the world. At the end of the day, you can't put your hands on people. And another thing I'll speak to, with my family being Caribbean, in the Caribbean culture, is well known that men box and thump their women. Like it's just accepted. That's what goes on. So all of the victim shaming and why she didn't leave and was she a cop and all, from my understanding, she left her job as a cop to move with him to Atlanta. That's from my understanding. I'm not sure. But you have to think about it. People be quick to talk without putting themselves in the situation. If you got a long-term relationship that everything look like it's going well, or you got the perfect life, people hide and shame all the time, especially in situations of domestic violence and molestation or whatever, and they don't tell. A lot of people don't tell. It don't make it right. It's other stuff that people could have done, but most people don't tell until later, or they go back and forth several times before they ever get out of the situation. He think he's smooth.
But Allison,
not with that green jacket.
It was wrong. It was wrong for him to even talk about her if she allegedly got molested. It was wrong for that. You don't talk about any woman molested.
That's her story.
Yeah, that
That's her
was
story to tell.
Listen to this though. She done,
Oh,
from my
Neek
understanding, she done been
fully
raped
said,
too.
check your DM.
Who?
He,
The
our
brother?
brother say, check your DM.
She done been raped too. So they was at each other with that. He done been molested. She done been raped. They confided in each other about those type of things. And I'm sure in the heat of an argument, that stuff done come out back and forth, flying back and forth, all toxic stuff. I agree. But you cannot go. Men shouldn't hit woman. Woman shouldn't hit man.
Yeah,
Period.
that's a fact.
But in that situation, 9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, the man is going to get the best of the woman. And even in their size comparisons, he could dog that girl very easily or whatever. And you should just leave.
Okay, somebody sent me the Strictly Babsy girl in my DM.
Man, no, you're talking about.
Her video is 84 minutes long. We're not going to watch 84 minutes
It's
long.
long. It's long. But Nick, if you do like a comeback on this where you like just sum up everything and how you feel about it, watch the situation with Babsy first, because she does it's long, but she does a good job at putting stuff into perspective from the beginning to the end of the situation.
Okay, we're gonna watch a little bit of it and then we're gonna wrap the live, because 84 minutes, baby. We ain't got that type of time.
Listen, I hope he send you part 2, because she did 2 lives for an hour and a half. You need part 2.
They sent me this. Is this part 1?
Yes, that.
Yeah, this part 2. This the right one.
I have to go follow Babsy.
After ball and Kurt Diamond, team out, roll out, we ready, go. Yeah, you know I come on my camouflage, MK, and Nita Russell.
You might want fast forward.
Nick, someone said go to 30 minutes.
People,
Go to 30 minutes.
you think we did come back for you?
Go to what timestamp?
30 minutes, somebody said.
30 minutes? All right.
Oh no, that's too far.
They want the people to believe that there's some big time rundown person that everybody's in love with and they can pick and choose. He literally went and got Kirby and literally put her in to be the rebound to make he ex jealous.
This too far. That's too far in, because she showed the paperwork and stuff before this.
And a lot of men in here will never understand that. But
all right, what timestamp? Timestamp. Somebody give me a timestamp.
I want to think she started probably like 10 minutes in. Oh, that's her showing his teeth, girl.
On November the 23rd at Wellstar Cobb Hospital. The good old whores get it from me. Hold on, dear. When I don't know not to fuck around agents, I did tell when I don't fuck around me, you know. I didn't want the little fucking lying dog to go on about his business, but you want like on my good Kirby? You want like on my good Kirby? All you who did message me today and tell me you frightened Majah Hype got cards? Let me show you what performance is. I is the governor of this thing. I don't care who followers got what. I is the boss in this. Majah Hype, you were discharged because of you. Well, no, hold on. You came in because of fainting and an uncertain cause. Your next step to do is to pick up the medication from the pharmacy for your heart attack. Now, hold on. Let me go back here. One see the thing. I want to know that I don't fuck wrong. I don't come here to fuck wrong. You see what the heart thing say for my mother thing, right? Some word we can't even pronounce. But Majah Hype, you get discharged with aspirin. You hold on, why that go focus? You see that idea? You get discharged and they tell you to pick up aspirin. Well, that's a heart attack you had. That's a heart attack. They just tell you to pick up aspirin when you got a heart attack. The doctor nameless here. Your discharging provider Ranjish Juro. He's not a Bajan. Bajans don't got names like that. So you get discharged with aspirin but had a heart attack. My mother got heart issues and I can't even pronounce the name of the thing that she got to take. Boy, you shouldn't have fucked around me. You get discharged with aspirin. Your follow-up is that you got stress and you're supposed to follow up with another doctor here in Georgia. You got the number here. I don't want to skin out the doctors. Thank you to the Good Old Horrors Association of Team Babsy. We love you. So if you will come out here and lie, about your heart attack, you lie about your nationality. What else you would have lied about Majah Hype? You should have never do this to my good Kirby. Oh Lord, let me show you something. What if you gonna lie Majah Hype about these things? Then you will lie about your teeth. So how come you got false teeth? These are not real teeth. No wonder you talk like you got water in your mouth. These are your false teeth. These are not even real false teeth. These are false teeth. You see that here, right? You see that here, right? That's false teeth you got in your mouth. You know, you just talk like you mock like full. It's because you teeth mark. You got mark teeth. What if you're gonna lie about where you're from? You're gonna lie about getting in the hospital. You're gonna lie about all these things. You got mark teeth. You is the first man I know to got mark teeth. You even got real mark teeth. You got fake mark teeth.
Where is she getting all this stuff? Where does she get the fake teeth?
Come back here for round 2.
Yo, I'm rolling over here.
Come back for round 2, Nick. Come back for round
Lord,
2.
she dogged him for an hour and a half.
Busting his tail. He get busting his backside.
Where did she get the fake teeth though? Where did she get this stuff from? Where is she getting records? Where is she getting this stuff from?
Nick, that's it, Bajan. Don't play with
Don't play with Bajan.
Don't play with Trini. He done mess up already.
No, sir.
No, sir. Slapping his tail. One
got
girl.
A photo of the teeth. The record.
She got the videos, like the videos of him throwing her out. She got everything. That ain't the only hospital. She showed 2 different hospital records of his.
Oh God, Nick, come back, police for part 2. We're gonna need it.
Oh my God. Okay, let's play some more.
You got mark teeth. So if you got Jordans on your foot and you blinging and singing, why you got pressing fake teeth?
Note to motherfucking self. Don't get into no beef with nobody in the Caribbean.
Period.
Nah, they
Listen, I that cut stink. I will fire upon Majah Hype and he tell he woman beater.
Okay.
Note to self. Note to motherfucking Neek.
Little Tootsie boy.
No beef with no Caribbean. Note to
Them
self.
I go get to the bottom of things.
You go bust your tail left and right. Give you one go licking. With a stick.
Don't get into no type of shit with nobody from the Caribbean. Just pass on it and say, you got it?
I'm giving you one lesson.
Yeah, they spiteful.
Jamaican, don't mess around with Bajan, don't mess around with Haitian, don't mess around with
none of them something there.
Yeah, don't mess around with.
Listen, somebody Caribbean come with the funk. Listen, Ma, you got it. You got it. Y'all got blood or red stuff in papers wrapped around, medical records.
They doing voodoo witchcraft.
Listen, I don't want no funk with no Caribbean people.
I'm telling you, this is big in the Caribbean community already. Majah Hype is Caribbean. This is Caribbean team there.
And he real big. If you see video, he make a Trinidadian, with Trinidad, Jamaican, Panamanian, Haitian, African. He big.
Everybody. And that's why I say he's an actor by trade. He naturally impersonate people. So him getting on there acting like he crying, all of us no tears, and all of a sudden you angry 2 seconds later. you have a platform. This is what you do, and you trying to dog this girl.
I'm still stuck on how this woman got a photo of the teeth.
The false.
Watch this. You need to go watch this from beginning to end. Watch it from beginning to end.
Where she got the records. Listen, they got blood or red sweet tasting stuff wrapped around papers with names.
We fire.
Caribbean people, stall me out, motherfucker. Stall me the fuck out. Okay?